Out in the boundless stretch of space, there are objects that orbit the sun, not as planets, but as remnants, astrophysical fossils, left over from the early solar system. These asteroids are not just rocky fragments. They carry the stories of a time before the planets had fully formed, of cosmic material untouched for billions of years. But these space rocks have a dual identity. They can be both immense threats and untapped resources of unimaginable value. Imagine a world where we could either harness the energy and wealth locked within them, or, conversely, face the terrifying reality of an asteroid crashing into Earth. It's a reality that could reshape life as we know it. Are these colossal space rocks just waiting to crash down upon us? Or do they hold the key to humanity's future in space, offering precious resources that could fuel our journey into the stars? Today, we're about to journey through these two very different realities. From terrifying impacts to the promise of abundant riches, let's explore the biggest asteroids and uncover the potential they hold. To truly understand the significance of these objects, we need to first ask, what exactly is an asteroid? In its simplest form, an asteroid is a small rocky body that orbits the sun. But don't let their size fool you. Some asteroids are not small at all. In fact, the largest can be hundreds of kilometers across, making them comparable to dwarf planets. Asteroids are remnants of the early solar system, leftover building blocks that never coalesced into full-fledged planets. Some are made of rock, while others are rich in metals or ice. And they come in all sizes, from the tiny pebbles that create shooting stars in our night sky, to the colossal behemoths that could potentially change the course of life on Earth. For billions of years, these asteroids have been drifting relatively unchanged on their orbits. But their paths are not always predictable. While the majority of asteroids reside in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, some are on near-Earth trajectories, getting dangerously close to our planet. It's here where the potential for both disaster and opportunity lurks. Asteroids, especially the biggest ones, can be a grave threat to life on Earth. These near-Earth objects, or NEOs, are asteroids that wander into orbits that cross Earth's path. We've seen the power of these space rocks in history. The asteroid that struck Earth about 66 million years ago is believed to have caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. The impact sent shockwaves through the atmosphere, ignited fires, and blocked out sunlight, triggering a global winter that decimated life. If a similarly sized asteroid were to strike today, the consequences would be devastating. A collision with a rock a few kilometers wide would release the energy equivalent of billions of nuclear bombs. Massive earthquakes, tsunamis, and wildfires would erupt. The atmosphere would darken as dust and debris block out the sun, causing global temperatures to plummet and disrupting the planet's climate for years. Entire ecosystems could collapse. The biggest asteroids could cause extinction-level events. While there's no asteroid currently on a collision course with Earth, scientists are working hard to track these dangerous objects. But as technology improves, so does the challenge of identifying the millions of objects we haven't yet discovered. The possibility remains. We may be living on borrowed time. But what if the future isn't one of disaster? What if we can predict these impacts and, more importantly, prevent them? Asteroid detection has come a long way in recent years. Through powerful telescopes, radar systems, and space missions like NASA's NEOWISE and OSIRIS-Rx, scientists are now identifying and tracking NEOs with remarkable accuracy. The goal is simple: know where the asteroid is, know where it's headed, and give ourselves time to act. That's where asteroid deflection comes into play. Scientists have developed several strategies for changing an asteroid's course. One of the most discussed methods is using a spacecraft to slam into the asteroid at high speed. This kinetic impact would alter its trajectory just enough to avoid a catastrophic collision with Earth. Another method being explored is using a gravity tractor, a spacecraft that would fly alongside the asteroid, using its gravitational pull to slowly and gradually shift the asteroid's orbit. Both methods, while theoretical for now, could be our best line of defense if we discover an asteroid on a collision course. Asteroid deflection is no longer just a concept for the future. It's an active area of research, one that could protect humanity from an existential threat in the not-too-distant future. But what if these giant asteroids are not only dangers, but opportunities? What if, instead of fearing these space rocks, we could harness their wealth? Beyond their destructive potential, asteroids are a treasure trove of resources that could fuel humanity's expansion into space and revolutionize our economy. Many of the largest asteroids contain precious metals like platinum, gold, iron, and nickel, materials that are incredibly rare and valuable here on Earth. If we could mine these metals from asteroids, it could transform industries, allowing us to produce everything from electronics to spacecraft. The potential value of asteroid mining is astronomical, literally. Take 16 Psyche, one of the largest asteroids in the asteroid belt. It's thought to be made primarily of metal, with an estimated worth of about $10,000 quadrillion. That's enough to make every person on Earth worth trillions. While mining this asteroid might sound like something out of science fiction, NASA's Psyche mission is currently on its way to explore this massive space rock. But it's not just metals that asteroids can offer. Some asteroids are rich in water ice, a vital resource for future space exploration. Water could be split into hydrogen and oxygen, providing fuel for spacecraft and breathable air for astronauts. Asteroids could become interplanetary fuel stations, supporting human missions to Mars, the Moon, and beyond. The idea of mining asteroids may sound like a dream, but we're closer than ever to making it a reality. Private companies and space agencies are already researching ways to mine these celestial bodies, and in the coming decades, we could see mining operations on asteroids become part of our reality. The implications of asteroid mining stretch far beyond economic gain. Imagine a future where we use asteroids as stepping stones to explore and colonize the outer solar system. With the materials harvested from asteroids, we could construct space habitats, build fuel depots, and send astronauts on missions to the outer planets, and even to the stars. Asteroids could serve as launch pads for long-term space travel, cutting down on the cost and resources needed to transport materials from Earth. Rather than relying on Earth's limited resources, we could mine asteroids for fuel, building materials, and life-sustaining elements. Everything we need to build a thriving, sustainable human presence in space. The future of space exploration could be reshaped by these rocky bodies, not as threats, but as our partners in progress. So, are asteroids threats or resources? The answer, as with so many things in the universe, is both. These space rocks are the remnants of a bygone era, holding the potential for catastrophe or opportunity. The balance between those possibilities depends on how we choose to engage with them. The threat of asteroid impacts is real, and we must continue to invest in technologies to protect Earth from these cosmic dangers. But the promise of asteroid mining is just as compelling. If we can learn to mine these asteroids for precious materials and water, they could fuel our journey to the stars. In the end, the fate of these massive space rocks is in our hands. Will we allow them to be forces of destruction, or will we turn them into a new frontier for exploration, resource gathering, and innovation? Only time will tell, but the future is wide open, and the opportunities are as endless as the cosmos itself.